Alright, hello everyone and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns! Today we have a Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup match between Yuki and Swedisharticfox. With me on comms is Telmiran. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Sorry about the technical issues, everyone. We are sorted now. We have Green Pendant. It looked like that was a Green Pendant Desert and Crystals on Hera and Desert and Eastern. Quick map check there from Yuki. We've got ourselves game one of a round one match here between the two runners. Yeah. Just here, nothing, just a green rupee in Link's house. Uncle is giving us, hey, we've got a sword escape. Nice.
That's a pleasant escape to go through. Like, you can farm bombs easily and everything with it.
Yep.
Not too often you see that, it feels like, either, so...
No, I've got not much here, just a heart piece in the Uncle chest. That's their usual style. Let's shout outs to our two runners here, Yuki Kaze, Swedisharticfox, to my co-com Telmiran, and to our two trackers, Siberian and Structural Mike. I didn't actually catch what the guards are dropping for the prize pool earlier from either runner in the Uncle tunnel.
Looks like they got a bomb at least.
That's good. So they've got one, which is all they, and they only need one really to do the back of escape chests on the first trip through. There's a small key. Yeah, so I assume they must have gotten a bomb each. They must have each gotten a bomb off the guards in the Uncle Tunnel. So that's nice. They don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, let's hope they save it and don't accidentally use it. That it could be devastating, but I think they should be fine with it.
I assume so.
With that, I can also farm probably some more with the ropes and the other guards coming up, so probably having some extra bombs for the Kakariko play after escape.
Yep. And there was the map there in that chest that Fox is about to open. Yep. So there will be an item in Zelda Cell and three in the back of escape and one on the Sanctuary chest. Since you've already seen the small key, there's another bomb for Yuki. So anything you particularly might want to see out of this seed, Telmiran?
I'm always a fan of a bit of chaos, you know? Like, Agasine is always fun to see, and fun to see if the runners are able to do a curve jump or anything to get past it, so...
Yeah, I seem to be able to attract some of the world's just worst seeds on commentary. We'll see if that trend continues.
What is a typical seed that you get then? What can we hope for?
I've seen it I've commentated quite a few Aga seeds, and it's kind of interesting to actually see a Ped seed. I haven't seen too many of those. I did commentate an Oops All Dungeon seed, just not a true Ped seed. At one point. But it's always fun to see dependent dungeons required or some tricky 2x or some interesting logic. Also, our trackers update our light world rewards. Desert is a green pendant, and then Hera and the Eastern are 2 regular crystals. As our runners continue progressing through the escape sequence, really nothing to be said. They haven't found anything at all so far.
Yeah, not much at all. They got some extra bombs, but that's pretty much it, so...
Yeah.
Gonna be interesting to see what they do after. I'm guessing they're gonna do the standard with going to the forest and later CAC, and at this point it seems like CAC can be pretty loaded.
I'd say so, as Yuki farms some more bombs off the snakes there, and another bomb drop off the rat. Heart Piece and Dark Cross. Yep, our Fox is also grinding up some bombs off the enemies here. But yeah, not much else going on. Yeah, apologies, chat, for Fox's stream lagging. That's on his end. There's nothing we can do.
He mentioned to me before the race he had a bit of some issues, so...
PowerPoint mode.
Hopefully it fixes in a bit, so we can watch a full screen, you know? But yeah, farming those bombs is pretty nice, so they don't have to worry about running out of bombs in CAC or anything like that.
Yeah, so back of escape, 25 rupees and 10 arrows.
Yeah.
Other than the weapon you are guaranteed to get in a standard seed, they found nothing else.
Yeah, it's been pretty empty, so gonna be fun to see where the rest of the stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder with this if the runners are probably gonna hold off on CAC and do South Shore and all, so they can perhaps have Dark World access in the first trip to CAC, perhaps.
Perhaps, but I think with how few items they have, it's unlikely they'll find Dark World access in South Shore, because they don't have any items at all right now besides a singular sword. Looks like Yuki is not going to check the Lumberjack ledge here. We'll see if Fox skips it.
Looks like Fox skips it as well, for the moment at least.
We won't know what's on the Lumberjack ledge for a bit. Some money off the tree pole. Mushroom spot is $300. I mean, you'll take it for the bottle vendor and eventually potentially for Zora, but again, really not a progression item of any kind. And more junk! Where are the items in this scene?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this empty seed so far, so...
It's rare for Escape to be so empty. I mean, at least they were given a sword and not 10 bombs to complete Escape. If Bomb Escape would have been, like, really given them nothing. But this really hasn't been this really hasn't been much of anything. They've just found money, some ammo, and that's it. Let's see what CAC has. Heart piece. Hey, there's a fire rod. Okay. Flippers. And some bombs. Oh, there's the items.
Yeah, there's something at least for them. Perhaps not the best things you want to see, I guess, at the start, but it's something.
They are getting quite a lot of money early, so they might be able to do... So King Zora is an option, potentially. Yuki here's at 400 rupees. Fox is about that as well. And even with the bottle vendor, they'll probably be close when they go... Because they could do the water checks. When they do South Shore, they can route in Hobo, Waterfall Ferry, and Zora. And Zora Ledge. Might be an option for the runners, as he finds bombs. Yeah, Yuki's audio is jumping around a lot because of Fox's stream issues, as the stream tries to catch up, I think I'm gonna toggle sync off so that, because this is getting really bad actually. Hopefully that at least keeps Fox's internet issues from affecting Yuki's stream. No, Mitts in the chicken hut as that's not Mitts, Gloves in the chicken hut.
Yeah, and they also found the moon pearl earlier, so not far away from the dark one now.
Nope. Art piece for Yuki. I didn't actually catch where the bottle was due to all the sinking.
I think it was in the well, I believe.
Ah, that would make sense. Moon Pearl must have also, I think Moon Pearl's there as well. Yeah, Ben, thank you to one of our trackers, Siberian, for confirming the bottle was in the well. Let's see what the library is for Yuki. That was a shield.
Not going back for that one.
Nope. Race game is more bombs, and it's time for South Shore.
But to find the hammer now in Dam, early Dam, that could be nice. Go straight into the Dark World to do Hype Cave and things like that.
Mm.
So you would probably prefer with the mirror, but
They certainly would appreciate it if they could get Dark World access early. But let's see what the chests are here in the dam, and it's a heart piece. And hey, there's a single arrow on the underwater heart piece.
Yuki going straight to Minimolder now, skipping the Agina Cave for the moment.
Hoping to find a flute or at least a book to route the Indus Desert. Kind of far. Perk of finding fire out early is Mini Motorm Cave is really, really easy to do. Here's the hook shot. $50. $300. The bombs, and hey, there's the hammer.
That's the Dark World access. That's nice. And Fox
Yep.
is actually going Agina here.
Oh, that's a different way. We'll see if this pays out for Fox. As Yuki is heading for some of the water checks here. Oh, the canes on the Lake Island. That's important.
And that's a nice find, so you can get it pretty much when you want it. Hopefully the mirror is not in a bad place though.
Agreed.
And I think we missed what Fox actually got from Agina.
So did I, but it doesn't appear as though he marked anything on his personal tracker, so I'm gonna go with it was junk. Not going to do Midi Moldworm Cave here, which is going to hurt, potentially. I'm not actually sure where Fox is going.
I think he's doing Houlihan into that so he can get the Soraman and all.
That would make sense. Unfortunately for him, we know there's like 350 rupees in the Midi Moldworm Cave, so this is going to end up being a waste of time. Alright, Ice Road Cave has $300.
That is a lot of starting money, so I'm guessing they are gonna go to the Sora before heading into Dark World at this point.
I
When
would
it's
assume so, yeah.
pretty much pointing towards that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Flippers this early with so much money. They've gotten some items now, but they had such a dry start. Nothing in Escape, only a handful of items in CAC, and then everything paid out. And then South Shore gave them some more items.
Checking it doesn't take that long, and if they go to like Skullwoods or Thieves Town after, it's nice to get some extra safeties or some extra hearts or anything.
There was, by the way, even more money in the Waterfall Ferry, including another 300. I think we've seen at least 3 of the 300s at this point.
I think so as well, so let's hope Sora has something good, but at this rate it's gonna be like a blue rupee.
Yeah, because King Zora's a scam. Game gives you all the money right away? Nah, it's gonna be dead.
It is now, so.
Yeah.
Almost.
It's scam. Thanks, game. Alright, this does look to be, as you mentioned, a hype issue. This will be a hype cave check. Fox not going to do the water checks yet. I might actually do so from here. Map check. Red pendants on ice and pod. Red crystals are mire and swamp. That Kingdom Samaria is 100% required.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where that mirror is.
Yep. Alright, this hype cave hype. Well, 10 arrows is not. Hey, flute! And junk.
At least it has something today for us. Usually, I think I've read chat and stuff saying we should rename it from Hype Cave to not so no longer Hype Cave or something like that.
I've seen some people call it Tripe Cave. No tripe rhymes with hype, but yeah. Flute's a good find. Unfortunately no mirror, so it'll be a little bit before Yuki can turn in unless the mirror turns up in the Village of Outcasts or here.
I'm guessing they're gonna check the south part here and then just save and quit to Sank and go to turn in that flute and then head into Skywoods or Village of Outcast after that.
I'd assume so, yeah.
Especially with that pod being a pendant, I'm guessing they wanna skip that for as long as possible.
I'd assume so. Hey, 3 dig game is a rarities. Just a hurt piece.
It looks like Fox is not gonna do that high cave.
No, gonna miss out on his flute for the moment.
Yeah, that's gonna cost him a bit of time, but it wasn't much else there, so it's only the flute he's gonna be missing at the moment.
Yeah, it's only the flute. On the other hand, the flute is important for. The flute's gonna hurt for movement because it's a lot easier to get around the overworld with a flute than with that.
Yeah. Though if he finds the mids here, it's gonna be pretty good, but then he can do the south part straight after.
Yeah. Hey, Ricky, thanks for the sub. Alright, and this will be the front of Skullwoods for both runners here. First check is some bombs. That's one item. Actually, Fox is going straight for the back first, which is the more common play. In case the items are in the back, then you can skip the chest in the front since you know that you don't need it. And they do have both a sword and a fire rod. Mothula is going to be a little tough on this equipment, but they do have a lot of hearts, even if they don't have much in the way of weaponry.
Yeah, and if they are comfortable with it, they have the hammer, so it can be a tough fight, or it's probably gonna be, but if they are comfortable with that, with the hammer strat, it's gonna be a quick one. Yuki seems to have 2 hearts more than Fox from that south dark world South Shore checks. He's gonna have a bit easier time.
Oh, and that's a death for Fox there in the back of Skullwoods. I'm not sure if that was intentional due to the lag. Okay, that was an intentional death warped. Not sure if he's gotten the chest before taking the death. As Yuki takes down Mothula, finds a compass, and his first crystal.
It looked like Fox has marked that he found 1 item at least, so I'm not sure if it was the bridge chest or other chest he checked.
I'm not sure either, due to the stream issues.
He seems to have found
Quake, yeah. It looks like. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
So that's that's both items in Skullwoods then, because there was some bombs in the front on the map chest.
Yeah, not much for us. The Quake might be needed. We'll have to wait and see what unlocks Mire and Turtle Rock, but other than that, we just got a crystal from this play.
First of 7, so that's helpful, even if the items in here might not necessarily be helpful. They won't be able to check to see if Quake is useful yet, however, since they don't have mitts. Can't really get to, can't access Mire or Turtle Rock without those two, without either of those. Can't even check the medallion requirements. Oh dear. Did your keys stream just crash on your commentary page too?
Yeah.
Okay, he's back for you. I think. Hopefully. Okay, he appears to be back, which is good. Checking out the Village of Outcasts checks now. There's a blue mail, nice.
You don't really hate to see that blue mail, especially when you're going into the Thieves Town. If you're not familiar with the blind script, it can be a tough fight as well. So having some extra defense is always good.
Upper ledge check for Fox is just a heart container. A whole lot of nothing in there in the chess game for Yuki. And time for Thieves Town. Alright, there's a small key. Email for Fox. And shield for Yuki. So far, not much. Village of Outcasts and Skullwood's really not turning up much yet. Wonder where they'll go next if they don't find anything in Thieves Town as Yuki finds the compass. There's a biggie. So there is one map and 3 items in the back of Skullwood since they have already seen the compass and the small key in the front.
I'm guessing if they don't find anything here, and we know that the South Shore checks of the Dark World ain't much either, I'm guessing it's gonna lean towards the Pendant Pod.
I would think so. Either Pendant Pod or Eastern, possibly.
Yeah. They had some checks to do up the mountain, but I'm guessing both runners want to hold off until they have at least Smith's, hopefully also the mirror, but that could also be the play they have to do.
We'll have to see. Since they are running a little bit low on places to go at the moment. Bowless, Powder, Eastern, or Midsless, logically Lampless Mountain. They don't care much for not having Lamp, but it does make a difference for where the logic wants them to go next.
They can go up the mountain with the flute, at least Yuki at the moment.
Yeah. Fox, on the other hand, hasn't done Hype Kid yet, so doesn't have that flute.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna do that after this play. But it's gonna be interesting to see if they, maybe with the flute, go and buy a potion. I'm not sure what potion they have, and do the bottle glitch in pod, perhaps.
That's a possibility as well, though I don't know if they would want to go that far out of logic in Pendant Pod. Would be a bit of a risky play as we find a mushroom there in the attic of Thieves Town for Yuki. I'm going to refresh Yuki's stream a bit since the freeze earlier has messed up the tech a bit again. Yeah, nothing's over in the Thieves Town. There's the map. So there's 2 items. One on there's both of the big chest and blind will have an item. Doesn't mean it'll be a useful item, but they will both be items.
and Fox just picked up the one in the big chest, but it lagged, so I could not see what it was. Just some bombs. Yuki doing a really nice blind fight following the script.
Yep, and even more nothing. Beefstown had a mushroom, and that was it for anything notable.
Yeah, the only thing they got out of Seasound was the mushroom. It might be something, but
That would be it. So that's a save quit from Yuki, and we'll see where he goes next. Save quit to Link's house. That. Going to Flute then. Let's see where he goes next. And alright, this is a Death Mountain play, which makes a lot of sense. As Fox gets his second crystal at 30 minutes. I expect he'll do... He's gonna do this check here, which was nothing. Go do Dig Game. Probably do, and then do probably Stumpy Hype Cave after. As you see, just a red rupee there for Yuki. Hello, Ken. Welcome in. We've got ourselves a seed that's running out of checks to do.
It's been empty, then they got a few things, and then it's been empty again, so...
Yep, sums it up.
Yeah, and if I know Fox, I think he's gonna go towards the pod area after he finds the flute and turns that in. He likes to hold off the mountain until he has at least mitts.
Yeah, that makes
so he
sense.
can
Speaking
cut
of
down
speaking of the mountain, absolutely nothing in or on Spectacle Rock. Going to see Paradox Cave here. And then Sparrow Cave and Terra, which is completable. That will be his third crystal. Has a fire rod for the basement if needed. They're incoming for Fox. Hey, there's the mirror. Fun spot.
and the bow. That's pretty nice.
Yep. And a bottle to go with it. Nice. Slowly but surely, the seed is giving them items. Just a couple here, a couple there, and absolutely nothing in between. Yuki not getting the bomb jump is just gonna go around. Going to try again.
And Fox is picking up his duck, so we're gonna see where he goes after. Mountain is the correct play here, so...
And Floating Island is junk. Hey, Pepper plus C in chat. Alright, safe code from Fox. Where are you going?
I think he's gonna scan that mushroom unless it has anything for him.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Just a heart container, and it looked like he's gonna keep that mushroom.
You might need a page refresh. You are ahead of me, at least, on my comms pages. You see a big key and the cape in Hera. Actually, I might just refresh Fox's on restream as well.
I just restreamed. For me, it's going towards the old man now.
Yeah. Looks like should be about synced now, I think. Apologies to those who are coming in late to chat. Fox has been having a bit of internet issues today that have caused a few problems with the restream end. There's a heart container. And Yuki has found both items in Hera, so is skipping the compass chest and does not need to do the basement.
You know, it's nice to skip that basement. It's always the question if you want to do it or not, if you know an item is there. It takes a long time, but if you take that long time and only find a blue rupee or some bombs, you're not going to be pleased.
Nope. Nice hammer moldorm for Yuki. And yep, there's the compass. And his third crystal here at 36 minutes.
And it looks like it's a bit more stable now for Fox.
Does seem to be, so we'll see if what wrong button. If it stabilizes here.
Yeah, he's going up the mountain as well. Soon gonna find his mirror and the bow, but he is a bit behind at this point.
Yeah, losing a little time to movement due to lacking flute. Checked bumper ledge and Agina, which cost him some additional time. Because Yuki can get well, bumper ledge is bumper ledge, but Yuki at least can route Nagita much faster with flute and desert if need be.
Yeah.
That's even if Yuki goes to Agina at all, since Agina was not necessary today. There's the ice rod in Spiral Cave.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, at this point for Yuki, I'm guessing Agina is not the first check he has on mind. They're starting to get a lot of stuff to do now.
Yeah. Gonna be Eastern here, which makes sense. 3 quick checks in Saha's hut and 3 more items in Eastern itself.
And I think we are actually only minutes away from Gomod at this point, since they know where the cane is. Unless another medallion or boots are necessary.
Yeah, we are just missing bits. The only thing we are guaranteed that still missing is mitts. Not too bad here, 38 minutes in. Really slow start, but they've slowly gotten the items they need to beat the seed.
Yeah, and having mitts as a go mode feels pretty nice. It locks so many things, so it's not gonna take too long for them to find it.
No, like they probably won't need to worry about pendant ice today, for example. With no book in sight, Pendant Desert isn't super appealing. And you can get in right now. So the first 2 checks of Eastern were the compass and the big key. There's the first item. Not compass, map and big key. There's a heart piece. Yuki is going to check the big key chest, so in this situation, when you have a 50-50 as to where the final item is between Armos Knights and the big key chest, some runners will go to Armos Knights and gamble that the big key chest is either the dungeon item or a useless item, but Yuki is going to play it safe and check this out.
Yeah, I like to play a bit more safe as well. This check is, though, out of logic for the moment, since they do not have the lamp, so...
No, they do not. They don't need a lamp. Both runners are good enough that they don't need it. They can navigate dark rooms without it. But it is useful for the logic, if nothing else. And their last item is there, but it's a heart piece.
Fox just finished up the Tower of Hera, so he got his 3rd crystal as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna check to see what the times are on their crystal catches for Eastern, because I suspect that Fox will also go to Eastern next after this, to see how far apart they are right now, which looks to be like a couple of minutes, not quite a full Eastern. Oh, yeah, about a full Eastern time. This is indeed a starseed, yes, the Great Pygmy Dinosaurs. I am also restreaming this, and as well as commentating. It's Red for Fox. And 4154 is the crystal catch for Yuki. As Fox is actually not going there just yet. Going to go to the Dark World to see.
Swap by, I guess.
I mean, it would make sense. Can complete it at here with hammer, mirror, and flippers. I missed a lot. Well, we had a very odd seed. They found a sword and absolutely nothing else in escape. Handful of items in CAC. Whole bunch of nothing for a while, other than a hype cave flute. And then they found items up on Death Mountain that have put them emits from Go mode effectively, as you see bombs, the red meringue, and a heart piece in Saha's hut.
And nothing really in the eastern area for Yuki, so this might actually be good for Fox here, getting up some time, so he still has to do it, but he might not have to full clear, can just go mode it and not do the closet checks, and also he's gonna gain a bit of time maybe.
Right now, actually, though, they are Fox is now going to be ahead of Yuki going into Swamp, so we'll see what's in here.
What do you think the runner's gonna do about left side Swamp?
In this situation, I could see them skipping it. They're only missing one item, and what are the odds that mids are on left side Swamp? A lot of runners tend to skip those 2 checks since it's quite slow and takes a while. If you're missing multiple items, perhaps, but if you're only missing one item, do you want to spend the like minute and a half that it is to get there to do those checks? And if it's junk, then you've just lost time to your opponent. On the other hand, if it is your mids and you leave it behind, it's likely to be a last location.
Yeah, I think both runners at least gonna go towards the boss on their first trip, but I'm guessing it would be a good choice for them to go back after defeating the boss to check those few checks left.
That depends also on whether or not either of these runners feel behind, because if you feel behind, you might want to try and skip left side swamp to make up some time on your opponent. I don't know if Yuki would feel behind, but Fox might after leaving that flute behind for a bit. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I'm guessing the one who should feel behind is Fox by doing that Agina check and the things he did, missing flute and all. But it looks like he's gonna do the left side straight away.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to be attempting a bomb diver down strat here. Since they do not have the cane, to do the more typical cane strat.
Yeah, he doesn't have many bombs, but I'm guessing he should be able to get it first time.
Yuki is going to also do left side swamp here. Both runners being thorough, not going to leave those checks behind. Ooh, not quite. There we go. Fox getting the diver down. Wasn't sure if he had.
Yeah, that can be a bit tricky when you get pushed a little too far to the right. But if you know it, you just have to move a bit to the left and then you can jump down.
In for Yuki there. Nicely done.
Yeah, getting it as well, so. Let's see if left side has anything for us here.
Oh, there's the compass. And junk.
And nothing. I wonder if that's gonna affect the runners by feeling a bit more behind.
It might, especially for Fox, who's done Nagina, who got flute late, who might just be feeling a little bit behind it information-wise too. That it probably doesn't help that you did left side swamp for nothing.
Yeah, at least Yuki did it as well, so they are neck and neck with that at least. But if they don't find anything, I'm guessing Fox gonna do Eastern then, so then he will have lost the small lead he has at the moment.
I mean, he's effectively behind to begin with. He's ahead of Yuki and Swamp, but it's not by the amount of time. He's not ahead by that much compared to how much time it takes to do Eastern.
Yeah, if he goes there and has to do that, he's gonna be behind a few minutes as before.
Yeah, there's the map and some money. So looking for that big key. If it is in the... Yeah, I've seen the compass, you've seen the map. And we have not seen the big key, so they haven't been able to check the big chest. There's the boomerang. Because if the big key is locking itself, they don't need to go back in for it. Because then, is it locking itself in the big chest? That's fine. But if the big key is on Argus, then they have to make a choice as to whether or not to go back in for that last item. And that's a tough choice at this point.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. That's also something that could, especially when they did left side, if they skipped left side, then it would be more obvious to go back inside to get the big chest and left side swamp. But going back just for the big chest might not be as fun to do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot one thing as I see Fox do this menu Argus fight. Resident Sleepers in chat, please. So we are just missing a Mitz for co mode. We kind of need a Master Sword.
Yeah, that's true. Usually you find one though, but
Usually.
I'm guessing they're not gonna look for that and just hope it's in TR or in
They hope it's
GT when
there.
they get there.
Yeah, they hope so, because you can't even damage cannon with a fighter sword. And yeah, because I'm getting reminded of that, as they both do a menu Argus, which is necessary when you only have a fighter sword. You have to do this the slow way. Be good for both runners, just it's slow. Going to see some fire rod strats here from Fox. Ooh, does not quite get it though. Getting trolled by Argus here. There we go. A bit. Still needs a little more. And there we go.
Oh, Juki almost getting the quick kill there with the fire rod.
And hey, Ether of all things. Okay, that's possibly useful. Probably not.
Yeah, I'm guessing they are hoping for those mids, but yeah, they're gonna have to wait a bit more.
Yep.
So where do they go now, I wonder?
Oh well, K45 first. I was trying to remember where they were going. They're both going to check this real quick since it's right over here. And K45 is just a red rupee. For Fox, at least, I would expect Eastern's a play here soon. Might pick up that cane first while he's here.
Yeah, the cane, and they also have the pyramid and catfish to do. So I wonder if he's gonna do that before, or just gonna flute and do Eastern after. Because at the moment, Pod is looking pretty good, at least for Yuki. I'm guessing that's where he's headed at the moment after he picks up his cane.
I'd assume so. Fox might go straight to Eastern as well, clear out progression, and then go from there. And yep, double flute here. Oh, okay, Yuki is now going to check Agina, which might as well, since you're really starting to run out of checks to do at this point. Still no mids in sight.
Yeah, not a good, bad decision from Yuki doing this before dipping Pen and Pod, which I'm guessing must be his next location. Well, they do have Graveyard Ledge, but going to that one is pretty slow, so I'm guessing it would be more interesting for that pod play.
It would. Hmm. Yeah, they have, besides Pendant Pod, they have Graveyard Ledge, they have Catfish. I think Spike Cave's available. There's really not much.
Yeah, I was thinking where Yuki was going, but yeah, it must be Spike Cave at this point.
Starting to perhaps feel a bit behind going for these one-off checks now. Yeah, they did find the cape earlier, so this is available.
Yeah, and Fox gonna do that Eastern play first, but he has the mirror, so as soon as he's done, he can just dip right into Pod, which seems to be his game plan, so...
Yep. As Yuki finds just a heart container there in Spike Cave. Oh yeah, makes sense from like that Eastern Swamp was a smarter flavor for Eastern so that you can dip pod is much easier to choose because Yuki is going to double dip the Eastern pod area for pod. Now here's a funny thing, despite pod being a near logical last location here at almost the hour mark, they still don't have a lamp for the back.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where it is actually.
They don't have many checks left. Like the only checks they have left together is pod, pyramid, and catfish. So highly likely it's gonna be perhaps both side locked last chest in pod. That's a position I usually see it in. Oh, chat is saying it's the new patch. There is no lamp. I see.
Around Sanker, also a few checks. Well, I mean, the quote-unquote around Sank, they don't have boots for bonk rocks. They've already done the water checks. It's Graveyard Ledge, Catfish would be the, we already saw the bumper ledge from Fox. It's really just Catfish, Graveyard Ledge, Pyramid Ledge, outside of pod. Now, what would be funny is if the next progression item they find is the book.
Oh. That's mean.
It's possible. Smirk, so it's a combination of things. Fox, some differences in routing. So Fox did Agina early, put Pipe Cave off for a while, which leaked. Also checked Bumper Ledge, which added a little time. So Fox not having the flute meant some poor movement, just routing and movement. Picked it up eventually, but cost some time there, whereas Yuki was able to route Nakina much more easily. I think there's perhaps little execution mistakes here and there. Not really sure besides that, but the big one is just differences in routing.
Yeah, the big thing would be, as you said, the Agina check and then not going Hype Cave first, but instead going the village of Outcast and going Hype Cave last of that.
So losing time to fluting around, yeah. Other than that, they've been routing very, very similarly throughout much of their mid-game. Run the pod had a load of keys and some bombs, and that's it.
Yeah, only one logical position left for them in pod without that lamp. I'm guessing both runners can do the dark rooms of pod either way, but
oh no, there's more than one location.
Oh, yeah.
They can at least do the basement, the U-room checks as we see the map, because they have the fire rod. I don't think they have enough keys for Harmless Hellway, but I could be wrong. As Fox picks up his crystal. Okay, they do have enough keys for Harmless Hellway, so yeah, that's in logic. Keep count. Remember pod logic for that matter.
Yeah, they are pretty synced up now. Yuki is just ahead of the pod.
Yeah, there's a big key of pod, so the rest of pod's out of logic, which means without a lamp. So lamp is most likely. So let's see what's in these last few checks of pod, and then those 3 overworld checks we mentioned.
Yeah, one of them, well, it doesn't have to be lamp. It can be like the book, as you said, that leads to something else, or. But,
it has to be
most
at least
likely
logic.
Yeah,
it's at least their next logical play. It doesn't have to be their next practical play, but the red rupee and the compass in the maze is not looking good for Yuki. As we continue to see just nothing. Yeah, that qualifies as nothing. And Yuki
sure
not
how.
doing how
I'm
well?
not, I'm not sure how many items they got, if they did get them all. But they did find map and compass, so I'm guessing there's one item left.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if they saw the map and because the compass was in a dark maze. I was trying to remember if they saw the map. Yeah, completely empty pod. It was the logical play. It was a reasonable play for both runners. Just there was nothing in here.
It's pretty much what the seed gives. Nothing, give you something, then nothing, give you a little bit, then nothing.
Mm-hmm. Vanilla boots would be amazing on the green pendant, but we need to find the book first. Alright, 3 logical checks left in the game. What do they have? 10 arrows is not it. 2 logical checks left in the game. Also, happy 1 hour, everyone. As we slowly but surely run out of checks. Oh, is Yuki stream dead again? It looks fine on my end, at least.
Yeah,
Here,
for
can we...
me it is dead at the moment.
Alright, refreshing the stream. Yeah, it was 10 arrows on the pyramid ledge. Sorry, thank you for pointing it out, Siberian, because the Yuki stream has been fine on the commentary page for me. Hopefully it comes back for restream. That's unusual. Okay, chat can't see this because of Yuki's stream being busted, but there's the lamp on Catfish. Great! Back to Helmasaur? Because that lamp doesn't do anything else for logic either, really, besides Helma. Is he back? Because the dark pod checks weren't anything either.
Yeah, it doesn't open up much for them, so...
No, it doesn't.
So what are we hoping for on Helmasaur then? Are we gonna see the mitts?
I'm feeling kind of mean and going to say the book.
How about we get the shovel that leads to the book?
That would be better, yes. I am unsure why Yuki's stream is completely dead on restream. Oh, there's a shield. It's Helmasaur. It's a Helmasaur.
That's probably good for Fox here. He's looks like he's gonna go ahead and clear it out, so he's not gonna do the double dip.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that he's probably gonna miss out on the lamp. I know he has practiced the dark rooms a bit at least, so I know he can do them, but the Mr. Meyer is not that fun to do, so he might lose some time there again by not having the lamp.
Yeah, okay, so I am still unsure what's gone wrong with Yuki's stream. I am trying to figure it out internally. Currently, there's he's just checked the mushrooms since he hadn't done that yet.
You can keep us updated. It's dead for me as well, so...
Fantastic. Yuki is now heading back to Helmasaur. I can verify that Yuki's stream is working on his personal Twitch page. I'm unsure what's going on for the restream end. Give me a second. I'm going to try something different to see if I can sort out what's going on with it.
And Fox is entering the Helmasaur, so we're soon gonna find out what it actually has.
Yep.
I'm guessing it should. Most likely it's gonna be the mitts. Hopefully it's gonna be the mitts.
Hopefully, for their sake.
The worst thing would probably be the book, since they will have a bit more to check then.
Alright, I called Trezin to see about the stream issue on Yuki's end. Mercifully, Yuki is currently just following Fox. It's also bizarre that I can see Yuki just fine, but no one else. Okay, there's mitts for
There's
Fox.
the mitts. Yeah, that's good.
Finally!
That's the potential go mode they need.
That is potential go mode. Well, that is... yeah. The other question is, where's another sword?
Yeah, that can be the trolley part here.
I mean, Fox doesn't need the lamp, is the thing.
Yeah, he's in potential go mode, so he's just gonna rush the dungeons and do them if he can. So if he has the medallions needed, he's not gonna see that lamp.
No, he doesn't need the lamp. He's been doing dark rooms fine so far, and hasn't shown a real need for it. Going to go. Okay, I completely missed what.
Now Yuki's back for me. It seems like.
Okay.
That's good.
Yep, back on restream as well. I have no idea what Trez did, but it got fixed. Woohoo! As there was a bot. Hey, Trez, no problem. Thanks for the fix. What happened there anyway? Alright. Now, though, with Yuki double dipping Pod and Fox not doing so, suddenly Fox has pulled ahead again.
Yeah. And it depends if they need that bombos or if they are actually in go mode. Now, it would also be interesting to see where and if they find a second sword, and also if they're gonna need a boot for the big key.
Because we are in Schrodinger's no mode. We have every item we definitely need to complete the game, but we still are missing. Well, because there are multiple swords and they only practically need one. I hope both runners know Master Sword Ganon, for that matter, actually. Master Sword Silverless. That is a lot of spins involved for it. Oh, is that what happened, Trez? Good to know! Yeah, here's the tip. For a game as old as ALTTP from the SNES, don't stream it at 720p 60 at a bitrate of 6000. It tends to destroy the restream machines. And is just really hard to watch, for that matter, too, at times. You don't need it for a game this old. You don't need it for most of the for any of the older Zelda games.
But numbers.
And not necessarily Mike Nicopi. So if your stream can so with a higher bit rate, obvious higher resolution, the game it does make it so newer games will look better at higher bit rates and higher resolutions. On the other hand, this is a SNES game. You really don't need 720p. I don't remember what the SNES's native resolution is, but it's not that. And it's not that. And it's really not that. You really don't need 7,000 bitrate for it. Like 2,000 should be more than sufficient. 2,000 to 3,000. 7,000 is way overkill. Okay, Trez saying that the SNES's native resolution is 320 by 240. Yeah. Don't put 720. 720p itself is okay if you have a lower bitrate, but 720p, 60 FPS, and 7,000 bitrate is just collectively terrible.
Chat is pointing out a good thing here. It looked like neither of the runners kept count of their arrows coming in here with the fighter swords, so...
Oh, that is a good point.
That boss is gonna be interesting how they tackle it. They both have 10 bombs, so if they know how to do the bomb strategy good, it's gonna be fine, but they might lose a lot of time here on the boss.
Yeah, this is gonna take a while, as the big key was midway through the dungeon there on whatever that check is in the main room. I forgot what it's called off the top of my head. Fox is going to go to the right side to see if there's a weapon over here. Not only do you need it for Ganon, it also just is going to make victories a whole lot easier to have at least a Master Sword or silver arrows.
Yeah, with the Master Sword it's gonna be nice. They have the cape so they can just put on cape and then spam the sword slashes.
Well, unfortunately, 10 arrows is better than nothing, actually, as sad as that sounds. No, they are both on... Oh, can someone mark Yuki's Swamp completion? Because that never got marked. Yuki did complete Swamp, just hasn't been finished. There we go, thank you. No, they're both fairly even at this point. Yuki was ahead for much of the game just due to some routing differences, but then Fox pulled slightly ahead due to not double-dipping Pod, and now they're even again. We're close to it. They're currently so close that it, well, could come down to GT routing choices, or just a choice of checks on where to go for their second sword, because they desperately need one. As Yuki pulls ahead, as Fox has some trouble with this dark room here.
Yeah, this is probably one of the hardest dark rooms in the game, so we'll have to see how much time he loses. At least he has a potion, so he hopefully won't die, but... There got the button, at least, so... But he will still be a bit behind at this point. Yeah.
Yuki's execution, showing off some superior execution here. Yuki generally has some pretty strong execution. Alright, time to start chucking bombs at Vitreous. Might as well get as many eyes as you can out of the way with your 10 bombs before you start shooting your limited arrows. Fighter Sword Vitreous, everyone. It's an interesting time. Lamp is on Catfish. Yeah, Yuki did all of Pod except for Helmasaur. Left to go check the 3 remaining other checks left in Logic. Graveyard Ledge, Catfish, and Pyramid Ledge, and found the lamp and then went back to Helmasaur because there was still nothing else to do. Right, so arrows are usually pretty efficient. Silver arrows, if you have them, are exceptionally effective at it. But in this case, and bombs are good as well. But in this case, or just use the cape to invincibility to go in and just do so from there. The issue for Yuki is that He only has half a magic bar. He has almost run out of bombs and only has 11 arrows. I think he's probably trying to save his arrows for the big eye. Which is why he's currently doing fighter sword spins. Because, they really don't hit. This is about as minimal equipment as you're getting on Vitreous.
Yeah. It could be nice to probably kill the last eyes with the arrows and use the hammer for the big eye, but if you're not comfortable with it, it's a tough fight, and they do not have a lot of health, so they can quickly die on this boss if they're not careful.
Yeah, especially Fox, who's already down to 2.5. Yuki's used his potion. I think Fox used his earlier.
Yeah, he used this on the first dark room, so he has to be really careful.
Fox has also run out of bombs here, to note. Does the red ring do anything against the eyes? There we go, nicely done for Yuki, finding just the key. And his 6th crystal here. Ooh.
Oh, Fox takes a death. That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate, Fox. Fighter Sword Vitreous is not a good day, and I think Fox has made the rather understandable play to do it later with hopefully a bit better equipment. And, yeah. Yuki both of them going to go shopping for some potions.
Yeah, I wonder if Fox gonna go back straight away or gonna hold off and do it after TR, perhaps?
Mm-hmm. That's a tough choice. We'll see where Fox flutes to now. Barnex isn't especially fun with Fighter Sword either, but at least the hammer's a little bit more useful there.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna hold it off for the moment. Probably a good bet. But yeah, he's way behind now because of that death.
Yeah. I don't remember. I know there was 10 arrows. There's 10 arrows in the big chest. I don't remember if we saw the second item. We did not see cutscene chest from either runner. If it's Bambo's TR, I'm gonna laugh. Well, there's half magic, so that'll make life a little easier for Fox when he does go back to Vitreous. Can't actually make use of that cape. Okay, cape has bombs. They're looking for weaponry here. 300 bucks. There's a shovel. Okay, game. And 10 arrows. I'm of half a mind to open a bet for where the other swords are, because we're still missing it. And it's either TR, alright, so we don't need bombos. Tamran, do you want to bet for swords? Or, because the odds are good that we're just here in TR, but kind of wondering if they want to have something.
I'm guessing one sword is gonna be here.
The odds are very good that...
Yeah, one sword probably here. Third sword probably in one of the tablets. And then the last sword in GT.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Since I didn't actually get into opening a prediction for who would win the game due to the technical issues that started the stream off, let's do a prediction of whether there will be a sword in TR. Gonna do a quick 30-second prediction. Have fun, chat. Will there be a sword in here? As you see a key and the big key on the right side. So I do think the odds are very good that there is a sword in here, but it's not guaranteed. Hey, wall kicks, welcome in. This has been a very much a just. They get a couple of. They started the scene off with finding absolutely nothing in Escape besides a sword. They then found some items in CAG, a whole bunch of nothing again. It's just been a couple items here, load of nothing, couple items, load of nothing, couple of items. They both last locationed a mitts on Pendant Helmosaur about 20 minutes ago, with Lamp second last location effectively for Yuki. Yuki managed to pull off a very impressive showing in Meyer without the lamp and did Fighter Sword Vitreous first try, which was not easy. Unfortunately, Fox had no such luck and took a death to Fighter Sword Vitreous. No silver arrows, only a handful of only 10 bombs, only about 15 arrows apiece. It was not a fun fight. I probably would walk. I would count that turtle. I would probably count that Turtle Rock for Mimic Cave, since it's basically Turtle Rock. I mean, I'm the one running to predictions, so I'll be the one who decides. Well, there's red mail at least, if nothing else. That's helpful.
And Yuki actually skipping the Mimic Cave.
Interesting. I mean, assuming that there's going to be a sword on the way, which there likely is, but we'll see.
So I have a sword in Mimic Cave and the other two on the tablets. So is this Fox's Fox's chance to win?
Possibly. Hoping for a sword elsewhere, but even, you can do Fighter Sword Trinex, you just end up hammering the heck out of Trinex, but it's still a real pain in the rear. I would have checked the Mimic Cave here.
Yeah,
turns out...
Oh, the boots.
Boots on Mimic Cave. Oh dear.
And,
that could be a problem.
And the problem for Yuki now is that he probably doesn't need another sword for Trinex, but he will need one for Ganon.
Mm-hmm. If boots are required, that is big for Fox.
Yeah, Yuki's probably not gonna go back for those for a long time.
Nope. Okay, Silver's on Laser Bridge is nice, but you still need a second sword for Ganon. You can't avoid it.
And the silver is gonna be nice for Fox as well, since he has to go back and finish Victorious.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, that's gonna make life a fair bit easier. I mean, keep in mind that Fox still does need to go back to beat Vitreous, but if boots are hard required, Fox is suddenly pulled ahead again.
Yeah, we had some chances actually with the boots. Could be big key on torch or another sword.
Mm-hmm. Boots were on Mimic Cave, which Yuki skipped, hoping to find a sword somewhere else.
I didn't even think about the boots, so that was a surprise to see them there.
Same here, honestly, but that is... Boots exist. And that's not the best of news, at least for Yuki. Time for Fighter Sword Trinex. Or in this case, just hammer it. It's done. Just going to spam the fire rod here to get rid of the ice head as much as possible with as few menus as possible. Half Magic definitely helping here. They've had to do a lot of menuing today with their lack of weaponry. And there we go. So, you want to describe the what we'd like to do with the boss key, the big key guessing game? Tell me around real quick.
Yeah, sure. They need the big key to climb the last tower, and it's in one of 22 possible locations. So we have a guessing game of where it might be, so get your numbers in the chat. I'm guessing the bot is still broken, so I'm guessing
we are
have
going
to do
to be
it off
using
record.
so we're going to be using the ZSR bet system. Here goes. Now get it in. Use the exclamation mark bet, and I'll do two. Apparently, so you have to put in the word bet since this is the bot. This is the command system, the ZSR bet command, not the Saha bet guessing game. It will still do it the same manually, just closest number. And I will close the bet as soon as the Yuki opens up GT. And I will get the prediction closed once I close this bet. Nice fight at Trinex for Fox as well.
I usually guess on number 7. What are your guess for today's star?
I put in 2. I was originally intending to put in a higher number, but we'll see. That is closed. Yeah. So this is going to be based on the order that Yuki does the checks in, as Fox goes back to Vitreous. Oh, there's the powder. And I lose. Not surprised. Ooh, Fox is going to do King's Tomb here as Yuki goes full right. Fox still looking for a weapon and probably has the feel behind at this point. That's just a red rupee. After that death to Vitreous combined with everything else that's happened this seed. Is hoping that those boots pay out with a sword, which unfortunately they did not. Time for Bonk Rocks, it looks like.
I'm guessing that's what's going through his mind. He probably feels behind, and Yuki finds a sword, so we are in total go mode for Yuki, unless it's big key on the torch.
Yep. So those were 6 checks. Now check number 7 is the torch. And nope, $50.
We are in go mode, so
yeah, Yuki looking out there, not needing the torch, and is confirmed to be able to get his big key wherever it is. Check number 8 and 9. Yuki will, unless something catastrophic happens as you find the Canes of Burma, be taking game 1 here out of the best of 3 series. And then there's the book.
yeah, at this point it's probably Yuki's game to lose here, but there's such a big time need here. Fox still doesn't have a lamp, so we'll still have to do the dark rooms all over again, and they did have us a bit trouble with them, so
Yeah, he did.
Yuki can pretty much just take it easy, play it safe, and probably take the first game here.
I'd expect so, because Yuki's been showing generally pretty excellent execution. Fighter Sword Victorious is not easy to do, and he did it very well. Among other little things, just been showing consistently excellent execution throughout this race, and continuing with that, let's see. Yeah, essentially, I think this should be 14 through 17 here. For Yuki, yeah, this is 14 through 17. And there it is. I'm gonna check the others. Hey, there's Bombos. And just gonna checking the others just in case there was another sword there. But all right, check number 14. You guys win. Rich on Twitch as well as W Medoy, you two win for this one. Lamples on Catfish Vortex. Literal last location in Logic. Second last location generally for Yuki. And yeah, I'd have to agree, it's gross. It's been a gross seed.
It has been interesting, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've mentioned, but the second game of these runners is actually scheduled for tomorrow at the same time. I don't think there's any scheduled restream for it though. So if you want to see the second game, it would be nice to follow the runners and check them out when they play it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, yeah, thanks by the way, Siberian, for putting in the commands, and no worries, Trez continued some technical issues. Shoutouts to both our runners, Yuki Kaze and Swedish Arctic Fox. You can check out our CSR schedule here for the next for our upcoming races of all kinds. Shoutouts to my co-com Telmiron and to our two trackers, Siberian, as previously mentioned. Also a fellow race streamer who's been helping out with some of the technical issues, and Structural Mike for doing his first tracking here at CSR.
Yeah, Fox is heading up the mountain, going towards Cannon, but Yuki has a big lead here, and with the red mail, 13 hearts, cape, some refilled bottles, I think Yuki at least has 2 blue goose, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm guessing it's gonna be hard for Fox to catch up at this point.
I will say so, even if because he needs that sword from right side GT or perhaps further up in GT. For all we know, the other swords are in the other two pendant dungeons around tablets.
Yeah, they did get a lot of the other checks up here. They still have the shovel as well.
Could be the magic bat. Could be various overall checks that were locked behind the bits. Yuki making use of that powder to get a health refill as he finds Temper Sword there. Nice. Just before Moldorm.
Yeah, that helps a lot as well towards Ganon, not having to do the spins.
Yep. And Yuki's stream just went down for me again.
Yeah, same here.
Lovely. Well.
As we watch Fox, at least he is going for the Dark Magician route, so he's gonna find the sword he needs as well. And Yuki seems to be back now. He just finished Aga 2.
Oh, now he's back. Okay. Alright, yep, there we go. Yep, just finished Aga 2. Well, is off to Ganon here. Tempered Sword Cannon, gonna be pretty nice and easy here.
It shouldn't be a problem at all at this point.
No, as Fox finds his Master Sword. And I guess I'm gonna go refresh the stream again. For restream. Looks like they're back.
Yuki taking out the cape, just playing it safe.
Yep.
And he's into the third phase here. So the dangerous part is over.
Yes,
Now only a fall can be a bit devastating, but I think Yuki can take probably 1 or 2 falls at this point without any issue.
Yeah, it's a single there. That's another single. And just another. Alright, no doubles unfortunately for Yuki today. Just kind of not being too nice. Oh. And there we go. GG's to Yuki here. About to cross the hardest 1x3 bridge in Hyrule. Finish up the seeds and take game 1 here in this best of 3.
Yeah, GG to Yuki.
Yep, finishing with an official race time of 1:37.25. GG's. I do see both runners in the interview booth, so I'm gonna waiting room, so I'll tow them both in as we watch Fox here finish out the seed. Oh. And we have both runners here for interview. GG's, guys.
GG's.
Thanks.
So, what did you guys think about the seed?
I think it was fun actually. I like the low percentage one. I don't know if Yuki Kaze got the Master Sword early, but
Nope.
We can say he didn't.
Yeah, but it was I think it was kinda even. I guess I lost by this much because of that death of on Vitrus.
Yeah, that's ultimately what cost you it, because you were slightly ahead going into Meyer and then died to Vitreous, and yeah.
That double dip of Odd was not that good.
Yeah, the thing that Yuki was ahead in the first half of the seed here, because Swedish, you missed the flute with getting the Hive Cave last, and also by doing the Agina check early on. But you caught up later on, or well, you did skip some checks, so you were ahead in Swamp, as Yuki did Eastern Palace first. And then you were ahead after Pod, as Yuki left before killing the boss, but that got him the lamp, which cost you some time in Mire there, because Yuki got the lead again after the dark rooms.
Yeah, I know where I was like thinking to get the lamp. It was, I think, either on Catfish or Pyramid, or perhaps Graveyard Ledge. I thought this was like the 3 places left for me or something.
Yeah, those were.
Yeah, so I was thinking about going. Okay, yeah, I was thinking about going, but I'm like, that's gonna don't save me too much time. But then I had some problems in Mire, so I had to use my only pot going in there. Yeah, so there was small mistakes that led to that death.
It was very well done by you, Yuki. Fighter Sword Vitreous is not an easy fight.
Yeah, it's really long.
Another interesting thing here, Yuki, did you intentionally skip Mimic Cave?
Yes, I did. Because at that point I was mostly looking for swords, and I felt like trying to go there was going to take way much time, and I tried my luck getting some in GT instead.
Your boots were there.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Probably will last location them if the big key of GT was on the torch.
Yep.
Yeah, if that was needed, or a sword behind one of the bootlock boot checks, it would probably have cost you that seed, but...
Yeah, that was actually my thought precisely. That I died here on Vitreous and I got those boots, so I'm gonna check the boots locations just to hope for getting a sword, because I thought maybe that he will not get it. So that was my only hope. Yeah, but wondering where that 4th sword was.
Never saw it. Could have been behind Arsarmos, Mire, Ice Palace, Desert, Smith Chain.
Tablets.
And then. Never saw Lumberjack Ledge. There were some just various overworld checks and the other 2 pendant dungeons for that last sword.
Yeah.
Almost certainly boots locked because you guys last location mitts. No, almost certainly mitts locked because you guys last location mitts.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, am I going to Helma now and getting nothing? That would be really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was actually a kind of fun seed. Can't do too much about that death. I had too little health going in there.
It is a tough fight with that low equipment. Like Fighter Sword, you basically do no damage, and only 10 bombs can only do so much, and you both were pretty low on arrows as well, so didn't have a lot of choices to kill him.
Yeah.
We pretty much emptied our quiver on Elma just before.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are seeing Fox cleaning up the Ganon fight here as well, using the cape to get some safeties in, getting in down quickly to the 3rd phase.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next race. I hope I don't die to Vitreous then.
Yep. Not too much else to be said. As mentioned, we've mentioned this earlier, you guys both are going to be racing your game 2 here on at the same time tomorrow. So good luck to you both. Yuki, if you pull out a win, you'll be moving on. If Fox wins, then you'll be moving to game 3.
Nice.
For the match tomorrow.
Yeah, and this is a single elimination bracket, so if the loser of this goes home. So as GG's to Fox here, finishing up on stream, gonna be crossing the bridge and finishing the time with 1:44:43. GG's. Yeah, any thoughts about your race tomorrow, perhaps? Anything you really want to see, or
Maybe,
probably earlier swords.
yeah, it's mostly for comfort, but I guess swords are nice.
Yeah.
It's not a kind of go mode on Elma pendant.
I think it's fun when you have this low percent, so at least like green mail kind of long in, it gets you more focused, and I think you do better if you have lesser safeties. I'm hoping for that.
Yeah, as Fox said, you get a different focus and different mindset when you play the seed with low percentage, because you can't really damage boost the same way or not give a shit about taking damage and such. So it is a different game to watch with low percentage.
Yeah.
Just gonna thank you both real quick for commentary and trackers and broadcaster too. I'm going to go say hello to SGFR real quick for a second interview.
Yep. GG's Yuki, Pansache.
Yeah, GG.
See you, Fox, tomorrow.
Good luck tomorrow with the second game.
Yep.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Night. All right, so that'll be it for us here on ZSR today. Tomorrow, looking ahead at the schedule, we have another Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup match, round 2, game 2 between Diego Armando and WinFox. Here on ZSR at 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the Zelda 2 Randomizer weekly race, and then the schedule looks kind of dead actually at the moment for the rest of the week. We'll be waiting to see if any other matches are added to the schedule. So keep an eye out and give us a follow here at ZeldaSpeedRuns, ZeldaSpeedRuns main, ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, ZeldaSpeedRuns _3, and ZeldaSpeedRuns _4 for more Zelda content. There are quite a number of Challenge Cup matches coming up as well. Besides that, as in particular, note that there will be Yuki and Fox will be racing each other tomorrow, along with quite a number of other races. Shoutouts as Siberian puts the commands in chat to my co-com Telmiran. Thank you for keeping me company here through all the technical issues and the interesting seed. To our 2 runners, Yuki and Fox, and to our 2 trackers, Siberian and Structural Mike. And I'll give a thank you also to our friends over at Speed Gaming France for doing the French restream today as well. Yeah, the bot's being a dummy today. That'll be it for us today. Any final thoughts, Telmiran?
No, it was fun. I'm looking forward to the second game here. I'm hoping we get a restream of it as well. And I just want to say thank you to 2-Star for commentating with me and restreaming, and to Structural Mike and Siberian for helping with tracking, and, well, all of chat for watching this game, and to the runners, of course.
Yeah. So, all right. So that'll be it for us. We're going to go over and say hi to let's see, a lot of ladder racers going. There's ladder race going on. All right, let's go say hi to Scoople. Scoople is currently doing a dope major glitches any percent run of ALTTP. We're gonna see how they're holding up with that. Looks like they're doing some practice at the moment. See how they're doing and call it a day. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good night.
Good night.